We back again. We back again. We back again. 12th round knockout. A John Pittman 12th round knockout. We back again. Salute to all my peoples. Salute to all my peoples that follow me and show love and help me help the channel grow. And salute to the ones that don't. Also, shout out to my man Hassan Lane. Salute, my boy. Shout out to my cousin Stacy Pittman. Salute, homie. I wish you many more blessings. You know, and shout out to the whole Eastwick squad. I'm waiting for my partner to come in so we can talk some boxing. You know how we do. Same twist. Talk some good boxing. There's a lot going on. Whole lot. You got that Regis Prograis fighting Stanionis. Uh, I believe at the end of this month. I believe the 25th of July. I could be wrong on the exact date, but that fight crept up on me. I didn't even uh, I didn't even know they was fighting until the press conference. Uh, I got a notification. I was like, wow, that's gonna be a good fight. But Stanionis, he got age on his side. He got a little bit of experience now. Um, Fighting Josh Taylor. Um, they gave Josh the first win. Second win, they gave it to Stanionis. Um, so I think Stanionis is a he's a decent fighter. He's definitely a decent fighter, but I don't see him beating Regis. I just don't. I can be off, but this is not a prediction. This is not anything like that. I would just rather see a good fight with them two. Then we got Tank Loma. Uh, I got Tank. That that's gonna be a crazy fight. But Loma's slick. He's real slick. Southpaw too. Uh, decent. decent reach, but I just don't see him beating Tank. Not at this stage. Not at this stage. If they would have fought uh some time ago, yeah, but now no. I can't see it. I just can't see it. I can't. No, not at all. I'm waiting for my partner to come in. Come on in, my boy. Pause. No, no, no homo. Where you at, my guy? So we can get into it. Keyshawn Davis calling Tank out. What's up with that? You got Keyshawn Davis calling Tank out. Oh man, come on, Key. And you my guy, man. And you my guy, bro. Come on. Uh, Keyshawn, you 10-0 with a couple knockouts, bro. Not right now, champ. No, not right now, man. 10-0 with a couple knockouts. You know, get some more fights. We'll catch you down the line. Right now, come on, man. What would Tank get out of fighting you right now, Keyshawn? Like, let's be real. What would Tank actually get out of it? Like, gotta be. Come on. You only had 10 fights. 10. I don't know. I don't know. And you think Tank will fight you before he fight Shakur? Keyshawn, you tripping, my boy. So love. Salute the kid. I got you as a future world champion. That's a fact. You put that work in. I can honestly say you're a good fighter. And you keep your head on straight. I'm looking forward to seeing you fighting for the title one day. But I think it's way too early to be calling out Tank, man. Come on, man. And then you say some good stuff about him, and on the same tongue, pause. You went in on him, like with your little punchy. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just messing around. Oh man, what, man, it's my guy. Yeah, he should have been there. He should have been in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, but What's up? Wow, man.
Rashon, what's up, bro?
What's going on? How you, my boy?
I'm fine, man. Assalamu alaikum.
Like, Salam, I'm in the chat talking, man. I'm in here, I just was talking about what Keyshawn said, calling Tank out, on one tongue. He's saying how, Tank this, Tank that, but on the same tongue, he's saying how he'll stop him, and how he's too little. That's what I was talking about. And
That
yeah, and I was talking about Shakur a little bit, nothing heavy. But yeah, what's up with you, man?
I'm all right, man. Feel a little better. Ready
Yeah,
to talk boxing.
yeah,
Ready to
yeah,
discuss what's going on in the news. I was just seeing how Ryan Garcia went on that crazy ass racist rant, homophobic rant the other day on Champ Side. Man, he lost his mind.
yeah, man.
What's wrong with Garcia, man?
I don't know. They
Tell us
I heard he said some racial stuff.
some homophobic shit too, man. I mean, listen, man. It is what it is, man. Shout out to Legacy, man. Salt and Pepper. Shout out.
That's crazy,
Come on,
man.
Steven. Shout out. Yeah, that is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That you know, end. There is no end to Ryan Garcia's BS, man.
Oh man, like I don't know, Malik. I really don't know. I really do think, man. I don't think he won a box, man.
I don't know. Listen, man. I tell you from a recent experience, bro. Anxiety is real, and I just think he's going through some anxiety right now. Hold on one second, bro. Let me go grab some. Hold on.
All right. Anxiety is definitely real. Definitely that. And Ryan just, I don't know. The things that he say is it don't make sense. It just don't make sense. And I honestly believe that it's family or the people that's behind them should really, 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 really look into figuring it
I'm
out.
back.
Yeah, I was saying how you know the people that's behind Ryan, his family should really, really look into figuring it out
Right.
because Ryan is really, really saying a lot of stuff, man. Majority of it don't make sense. He over here, he over there, he all over the place, man.
He reaching out, man. He reaching out. It's time for his
Yeah,
family to step in there. This is called reaching out right now, man. This is how jokers
yeah.
act before they commit suicide. He reaching out, bro. But life
Wow.
ain't that, man. Life ain't that serious. You know what? Boxing is just sport. He made a lot of money off it. If he invests and do what's right, he don't even need nothing for the rest of his life. He can be a YouTuber and do whatever he
I, bel
will.
I honestly can go with that, Malik.
Yeah, he's
I
reaching out.
honestly
Gotta
can,
go ahead.
man. But it's just it's sad, you know. He admitted it at one time about he had anxiety, and that's when he had left boxing for a little while, and you know, whoop, whoop. but he's back doing the same thing.
Yeah, because it's real. This is who he really.
The
No, he's
man,
a racist, man. He's a racist. Point blank, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? He grew. And that's just his upbringing. You know what I mean? Obviously, the black people that hang around him, they're just taking advantage of him. You know, if he grew up in, I know he didn't grow up in Los Angeles, not East LA anyway. You know, shout
nah,
out to that tax collector, right?
yeah, he didn't, he didn't grow up in East LA. That's
No,
how.
he's a Northern California boy.
Yeah, yeah, not East LA.
He deal with anybody that's a tax collector, they know what we talking about. But he deal with the Norteños, man. He deal with them Northern guys. They
Yeah,
just as big too, though.
yeah, that's a rough stop, man. That's definitely a rough stop, man.
But you know, but back to Babacha, man, he's gonna be a wasted talent, man, because right now he is an elite fighter, man. He is a great fighter. Ryan Garcia is no doubt a great fighter, but he did cheat. He's a cheater.
That's a fact.
You know what I
That's
mean?
a
He cheated,
fact.
and he's gonna get away with it, just like. But you know, just about anybody you name cheated in this sport. Look, who got caught? I mean, Shakur just fought that boy Valdez, 2 years ago? He cheated. Canelo cheated. Tyson Fury cheated. We can go down the list and name everybody who cheated, or shall I say, everybody that got caught.
Right,
There's some boys
right.
out there, freaks of nature right now, man, who got 6 packs on top of 6 packs. You
Yeah,
know what I'm talking about.
yeah, man.
But as long as you don't get caught, it's all good. Man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all.
Eh,
Then you got
but,
guys like Devin Haney. Devin Haney lost that fight, but you see him standing in front of his boxers prior to each fight on his standoff, looking at him and going, "You're too small. You're too small." Because he know tomorrow I'm gonna go do this IV. But I'm not gonna necessarily say taking the IV because I'd be lying if I say I knew that for sure. But for some reason, him and the Mexican, the Mexican monster, he did piss hot on it. He did pop hot on the piss test before. So I can speak. Puts on 25 pounds the next night. That's why you see Canelo walking through that airport, and they stop him. You know, he's walking through the airport with his wife or whatever. They say, "Yo, man, when you gonna fight the Mexican monster?" I'm not sure the Mexican monster wasn't the one asking the question. They might have bumped heads, but Canelo said, "Man, please." He said the next day you put 25 pounds. He said, "Nah, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with nobody putting no 25 pounds on 200 million. 200 million. You know how Canelo is with his money. Pay that.
yeah,
Say back
yeah.
in the day, pay me. But he said, and he'll fight him. But he said you have to weigh
Payday,
in the
payday.
day of the fight. Right? He said you got to weigh in the day of the fight or right before the fight, which means he's not afraid of his skill. He's just afraid of that 25 pounds that he's gonna put on overnight. And how does he do that? I don't know. It ain't the steak sandwich. That's for damn sure.
Now listen, this was the big talk yesterday. And I want you to tell me how you feel about this. This was the huge talk yesterday. Keyshawn Davis and Abdullah Mason down the line. Or or do it now. But they were saying, more down the line. Who you like on that?
First of all, that's a huge fight.
That's what I'm
Huge fight.
saying.
And for them to fight right now would be a waste of a big money because them guys are in the same age bracket. They're even in a younger age bracket than Shakur, and they basically the same age. Came up Score came up faster and shot up faster. You know what I mean? Score 21 fights in. He done won three. He done won conquered three divisions with three championships. So now you got right. Keyshawn. Keyshawn
Yeah,
trying to accomplish the same thing that Shakur did. Abdullah Mason. Listen, Abdullah Mason ain't nobody to be playing around with. What do I think about that fight? It'd be a great fight. Can I pick a winner? I don't know. It's
1 minute.
Keyshawn.
1 minute. Sorry about that. Yeah.
That's right. Like
It,
I was saying, it's hard to pick against Keyshawn. It's hard. Keyshawn is a sharp fighter, man. He fights that Olympic style fight too, man. All them Olympic style fighters, man, they believe in pot shots and winning by points. And
why would you say that?
because Keyshawn's been at it, been more on an international level. Been, he knows who's coming up over in Europe. He knows everything in his age bracket. He knows what's going on because he fought he fought on the level.
Okay.
I don't know.
That-
I don't know specifically how much experience that Abdullah Mason has. I just know he's a fighter, but I do
Okay.
know the experience of Keyshawn.
Okay. It's about the same. I think I'm almost positive Abdullah Mason he didn't make it to the Olympics that Keyshawn was in, and that's the difference. Keyshawn came home with the silver. Abdullah Mason went home early,
Okay.
but they was on the same circuit,
Okay.
striving for the same thing. One made it, one didn't. But you know, um, you know,
So Keyshawn.
Keyshawn is my Keyshawn is my in my top five favorite fighters. He's in my top five.
I,
So I don't want to get anything twisted. And like like he said out of his own mouth when he sparred Tank, he said him and Tank is a lot alike because they both like to fight. He said, I don't have the patience that Tank has, but we both like to fight. That makes a lot of difference.
well,
And well, to me personally, right now today, I feel if he were to fight Abdullah Mason, Abdullah Mason will beat him. I just I
I just
just I,
I
I
disagree.
feel like that.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that, man. Keyshawn
Yeah.
comes with Keyshawn
I,
comes from a whole different pedigree, bro. Keyshawn comes from Keyshawn's trainer and his people that he worked out with. It's a special group of people, man. I mean, Them guys train Bud. And to be honest with you, I'm not gonna say Abdullah Mason would beat him. He damn sure won't stop him. But as a fight, need to, they need to wait till they both are known to make this a big money fight. Second of all, he need to pump the brakes on that on uh, Tank thing. There's there's only one person out there that can even compete with Tank, and that person may not even win. And that's Shakur. As far as him thinking he's gonna step in there and beat Tank, he's trying to wake up. He
I,
better wake up to face reality. I know they all say the same thing. Oh, he too short. He too this. You too little. You a midget. They say dumb stuff like that until they get hit with one of them bombs. No, no. I remember Rody stood up there with the fur coat on and said, "Look at your head. Your head is so big. It look like a tank. I'm gonna do this. I can't miss and all that other. All that means nothing until you get till you get in the ring. And Rolly, I want to talk about Rolly for a minute because Rolly is the biggest fraud. Rolly sat out there. I'm not going to call him a fraud because you know what? Anybody that gets in that ring got heart, and anybody that gets in that ring needs respect for that ring because that's not a thing to do. But Rolly ran around that ring from Pitbull Cruz. He physically, he should have put on some spandex track shoes because he ran the ring until he got caught. And the sad part about it is I saw Leonard Ellis be walking through the airport. They asked him about that fight. They thought that Pitbull Cruz was such a fluke that they picked out that they thought Rolly was just gonna go in there and knock him out. Did not, did not happen, my brother. Rolly took
yeah,
a lot of
Malik, this what I want you to do. And I'll hold it down while you do that. Reboot your phone.
reboot my phone.
Yeah, because it's been doing that since you
Doing what?
came on. I don't think you
Doing,
know it on your end, but on
what's it
on
doing?
on our end, you going in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. You can't understand everything you're saying.
All right, I'm gonna reboot.
Uh yeah, salute to the chat. Salute, 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 salute. Like, subscribe, share. I ask you please. Like, subscribe, and share. Uh, I appreciate it. Trying to get my likes up. I'm trying to get my subscribers up. The likes count as well. If you come into the chat, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, share, comment. If you're there, comment. Show 12th round some love. uh, we would appreciate it. We would definitely appreciate it. Yeah. So, Shakur Stevenson fight this weekend. You have him on that card. You have Keyshawn Davis.
I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm back.
thank you, bro.
I'm back. I'm on my
Yeah,
way to T-Mobile to get a new phone when I leave here, man.
yeah. You have Keyshawn Davis on that card. You have Abdullah Mason on that card.
Amazing. Yeah.
Um,
Kelvin Davis.
uh huh.
Kelvin Davis is fighting Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson been showing him. he been showing everybody how he beat up on Tank and how he beat
No,
up
no,
on
no, no.
Keyshawn,
Hold
and
up,
now
Malik.
he's
I'm talking.
fighting Kevin Davis,
Who you talking about?
Kevin Johnson,
He fighting who?
Kelvin Davis, Keyshawn's brother,
When this weekend?
Saturday, North.
Yeah, that's what that's what I'm talking about. Okay,
Yeah,
see, I didn't know that.
that's the one that's been making the videos talking about he beat up Tank in sparring.
Right,
He beat
right.
up,
I
yeah,
know who both fighters are,
yeah.
but I didn't know they was fighting each other this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a good fight, man.
Mm-hmm. We gonna find out
That's a
what Kevin
step.
Johnson really made of.
That's a step up fight for Keyshawn brother.
Yeah, it's a separate fight for both of them. Yeah,
Yeah, really. Yeah, because Keyshawn brother is a dog.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a couple of them.
It's three of them.
Yeah,
He's just as good as Keyshawn. He be on almost every card Keyshawn be on. He tall,
yeah.
kind of
We gonna
slim.
hey, bro. We
And-
gonna find out. I'm gonna
yeah,
find out a lot about Kevin Johnson. That's what I'm gonna find out. Cause yeah, you tattooed Shakur in that ring. I saw it. But we gonna find out what you're about now. Cause now you're going up against another welterweight. Let's see what
yeah.
you. I
See,
am. I'm gonna be sitting right watching that. I want to see what he can do.
yeah. See what you made up. But
Yeah.
But Kevin Johnson been a while for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So Malik talking slick,
Right.
and you know he's been really running his mouth on how he would do this to that person, that to that person, and he sparred. He's a gym rat. Yeah, he's sitting Mayweather gym and just waiting to spar.
Right. I don't know
It's
what he
a
does to
twist.
sparring there, but yeah, you're right. He's a spar. He's a guy in there.
Well, every
Yo,
time I seen him spar, or I seen footage on him, I could see where it had TMT. I can see where it
yeah,
had.
yeah,
I haven't seen him in any other gym.
right.
And his weirdo trainer, his trainer's a weirdo. Period. It is what it is. I call it how I see it. But Keyshawn Davis said, Kenny Ellis, what are you talking about? Uh before before you talk about before I talk about fight Tank, go back and
Right.
revenge them 4 losses from that guy from Cuba. And
Yeah.
Keyshawn said, what the F you talking about? Don't play with me. Don't tell me, don't tell me to go back and revenge my loss from them 4 fights I lost in amateurs. Who you talking to like that? Don't play with me. Nah, Kenny Ellis was only telling the truth.
Kenny Ellis know he's telling the truth, but at the same time, it's just another way of them. Hey, Rod, that's just another way of them just eliminating him from the process. Yo, listen, man, don't worry about Tank. You got other things to worry about. Plus,
Exactly.
he don't have enough fights to be talking about fighting Tank, man. You don't have enough fights yet. Go beat somebody up.
Bruh, this is what I'm saying.
Go beat somebody up first, and then you can come talk about fighting Tank.
Right. What? Like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, I can't get over that, Malik. Why?
Obviously, hey, Rod, obviously, he thinks he can beat Tank. For some reason, listen, bro, some birdie on his shoulder. I don't know what it is. For some reason, he thinks that he can beat Tank, but I think he needs to pump the brakes when you're going against the best fighter in the division. I mean, you're going against the best fighter who's not just in the division, but he's running the division with an iron fist. What are you, bro? What are you talking about? Wake up!
I don't get it. I
Yeah,
just
wake
don't
up!
get it.
It ain't. It's not your turn. You running your mouth ain't gonna jump. You ain't gonna get you to jump the line. And even if you do jump the line, what is gonna be your answer when you get in that ring with Tank? You know what I'm saying?
So saying,
It's gonna take a special fighter to beat Tank, man. I just don't see. Honestly, bro, I don't see the discipline in Keyshawn that's needed to beat Tank. I can see that sometime down the line in the middle of that fight, I can see Tank frustrating him, and then him coming after Tank. And at that point right there is when Tank would do damage to him. But
let,
I could be wrong, man.
but
Keyshawn could stay back there like a patient fighter and live off, fight with his techniques. He could do it. See, that's where Shakur comes in, and that's the difference.
listen to how stupid, and yeah, I'm calling it how I see it. Keyshawn sound. He said, not talking about Tank. Now I'm quoting him word for word, verbatim, word for word.
Okay.
He said, not talking about Tank, but no fighter is standing in front of me like this, gonna beat me. He said, no fighter that stands in front. I'm not talking about Tank,
Okay.
but no fight. I'm sitting here saying, you didn't contradict yourself. Pause 3 times on this man podcast. That time and the other time you said how good Tank is when y'all sparred and how smart he is, and people don't know this and people don't know that. But that same interview, you said you would stop Tank. Then you said nobody that short will beat me. But then you said you got caught. He caught you with a nice hook, straight left. What is it, Keyshawn? Like, what is it, man?
Hey, bro.
Bro, this is boxing, man. You gotta stop
Listen.
chasing pipe dreams, bro.
Hey, you know what? It's a pipe
Get
dream
your
now.
fights up. Get your
Rajon,
fights
Rajon.
up, man.
Look. It's a pipe dream now. Yeah, it is. It's a pipe dream now. But believe it or not, if Shakur Stevenson does not beat Tank, which is highly probable. He may not be the one to beat Tank. Listen, I'm a diehard Shakur fan, but I see, you know, I just think I think that Shakur can make anybody do whatever he want in that ring. But when it comes down to this, Tank may the clock might catch up to Tank when it comes to Keyshawn. The clock. Tank might 35, 36 before he fights Keyshawn, who's going to be 30, if not younger. That is a problem. Age is what might catches up to Tank, not the skill. I don't think the skill is a problem. Their skill level is the same. Their skill level matches each other. So what's going to be the denominator that decides that fight? The the fact that if Keyshawn just sit down and be patient and let Tank go through everybody he's got to go through, you might catch Tank at the back end of his career and get a fight that you want and be the one that beat him. You might be the one, but if you fight him now, you're not gonna beat Tank. He's not beating Tank right now. He don't have enough experience.
But you wanna know something, man? This would happen, Malik. When Loma came in the game and was promised a world title shot, because they knew he was coming out the Olympics. He was a grown. Loma was 26, almost 27, bro.
Right.
He's 36 now.
Right.
When he came out the Olympics.
Right.
Now, when he was promised a world title shot
Right.
before before he got too old,
Right.
Bob Arum said, "I will make you a world champion."
Right.
His first fight, he won. His second fight as a pro, he lost. He came back, he won seven more fights, fought for the title, and won.
Right.
That's his claim to fame to the sport of boxing in America. His first 10 fights. Since then, everybody think coming through top rank that they gonna get that same treatment. They forgetting that top rank never been for blacks.
Wait a minute. Let me jump in on that for a minute. First of all, Loma had an unbelievable amateur career, almost 300 fights, if not more. So Loma's experience was through the roof. Now, yes. Loma was promised this, promised that, and in his first 10 fights, man, and he looked the real deal. He's, you know what? Why make this guy fight another 20, 30 fights before he get a title shot? We know what he can do. Loma deserved the title shot. And he deserved to be the one of the guys sitting up there holding the title that you got to come take it from. Because if he didn't have the title, people wouldn't even fought him. Second of all, um, the same thing I was just telling you about Keyshawn is the same thing going down with Loma right now. Loma was the guy sitting there in front of Tank, wanting to fight him. 30 years old, Tank 25, whatever Tank's age was. It was, it was a big difference. And
Yeah,
Floyd stepped in there and said, no, nah. You don't have to fight him right now. Fight him when you're ready. Not saying that Tank wasn't ready, because honestly, I think Tank would have won the fight. But why take a risky fight at that age when you don't have to? And that's when I bring it right back to Keyshawn and Tank. Keyshawn, right now, he may not be ready. Why take a risky fight where you're gonna lose when you can just play the waiting game and wait till Tank gets a little older? Tank played the waiting game. Loma got old. Tank ready to beat him up. But Tank probably could have did it 5 years ago. It wouldn't have been done with ease. But I honestly expect Tank to go in there and handle his business like a true professional right now. And to prove to everybody he could have done it 5 years ago. But there is a big difference right now. You know what I'm saying? So this is
yeah,
so that's a message for Keyshawn. Sit your ass down and look at how Tank played Loma. Look at how Tank played Loma. They could have fought.
yeah.
Tank wanted to fight. You could see it in Tank's face. He wanted to fight. He wanted to do that fight. Calvin, it looked like Calvin wanted to do that fight. It looked like Kenny Ellison wanted to do that fight. But Floyd, the master technician, the master of ducking too, stepped in and said, nah, no, no. I've lined you up with some tough fights, but this one right here might be a little too much. And at the time, guess what, Rajon? It might have been too much.
Uh, yeah, Malik, I really don't have no choice but to roll with what you said because it make all the sense in the world. That's the genius in you, bro. That's why you want 12th round KO because this is what you bring to the table. Your expertise, bro. When it comes down to the technical part of boxing, as well as everything else, bro, You dope. Like you got it. I salute you. And you know how to break things down to make people understand. Everybody don't have that, man. Period. I don't care who it is, what podcast you on. Period. Bottom line, everybody see. Some people force themselves on things. Some people are natural. Some people get into things and learn on the job. There's all kinds of ways to doing stuff. Like we we was into boxing at babies, but I had to go behind the scenes of podcasting for 4 years to learn what it was about. You get on and you natural, like you've been doing it for years, and that's a blessing. Everybody don't have that,
I
and
tell
and you can't learn it. You can't get. Nobody can teach it to you. It's just something that you have. You know how some people born to box. Let's say like Mayweather. You know, like one of your knacks in life is to get on this shit and talk boxing. That's why when I say, bruh, talk your shit.
you. Well, you know, hey, Rod, you know, listen, man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that
Yeah,
because
it's real.
I look at I don't just look at the small picture, man. I look at the big picture. I look at what's really going on, and I try to analyze it from there. And sometimes like I can't bring insight into things of what's going on, and people don't understand. And people question this, why this is going on, and why this is going on. And but one of the things that does bother me right now is the Shakur Stevenson tank thing. I don't understand why people say uh Shakur ain't ready or Shakur needs to go and get his man strength or whatever. Shakur is 26 years old.
I'm listening.
Shakur is 26 years old. Is he ready? Yeah, he's ready. Is he gonna win? It's gonna be a tough fight. Do I believe he can win? Absolutely, I believe he can win. Yes, absolutely, I believe he can win. I know there's a lot of people out there, man, in the Baltimore area, sitting back going, man, that guy talk all that junk about Shakur. Let me tell you something, Rajon. And you know me better than just about anybody. And you know I'm a big Tank fan, bro. Big serious Tank fan.
That's a
I love
fact.
Tank. I like Tank, just as much as I like any fighter out there. I love to see him
Yeah,
step in. I used to go to at the Barclays Center at that time. I think I'm almost sure Tank stepped in and fought for somebody, so it was closer to the main event. And Tank stepped in there, man, like the beast he was, and to handle his business, knockout.
that's right.
But when
That's
it
right.
comes down to the Shakur Stevenson thing, I I see a kid right there, bro, who is focused, man, the entire fight, and now his boxing skills are a reaction, instinct. His boxing skills are instincts now, not something that he has to think about. He really
Yeah,
can't get trapped in the corner, and when you sitting out of when once you get out of that boxing range and you still in the range of his punches, man, punches come from everywhere.
that's right.
Now, can he afford to do that against Tank? That's yet to be seen. But I can tell you one thing that's not going to happen. And for everybody who who's a diehard Tank fan, just remember I said this. In order for Tank to win that fight, Tank is gonna have to go get him. This is gonna be the one time that Tank goes into his bag of tricks, box a little bit, land the punches that he necessarily had to land, and then he go get him. And what do I mean by that? It's Shakur is not gonna be like Rolly throwing stupid right hands over his head or Santa Cruz that's always on the attack. That's not gonna happen. That right there is not gonna happen, bro. And that's the reason why I say this fight is like 50-50, man. It's a 50-50 fight. I don't give no edge to Shakur, but I will say this. If at the end of the fight, the referee is sitting in the middle of the ring and holding both hands, he's gonna raise Shakur's hand.
Whoa!
If Shakur survives 12 rounds, that means
Whoa!
that hey bro, if Shakur survives 12 rounds, that means he put on a master class.
And his hands will be raised, huh?
If he survives 12 rounds, he put on a master class of boxing. And they will do it again, and then they will do it 3 times.
Well, you know, as a Tank fan,
Oh, you're a diehard Tank fan. I get it.
and as
So am
a
I though. But Rajan, so am I. And I don't want people to,
no
to
no
misconstrue
no
that and say,
no
oh man, he ain't no Tank fan. I
no,
am a Tank fan. I'm a boxing fan. How can you not be a Tank fan? I am a Shakur. I love the
my,
way Shakur operates though.
my boy, listen now. You're saying two things. I don't
No,
even
I'm
want
saying
you.
that's a 50-50
No,
fight.
no, no. I don't even want you to justify what you're saying, but you saying this and that about Tank, but you just said Shakur will beat Tank.
I said,
So
oh, wait a minute. I said,
you said he will beat him. You said Shakur hands will be raised.
I said, if it goes the distance.
Right,
Right.
right. His hands will be raised.
Shakur's not knocking Tank out. That's not gonna happen. If it does,
Okay.
if Shakur knocks Tank out, the whole world will be surprised. The whole world will stand back and go, "Wow, what happened?" Now, can Tank win? Can Shakur win 7 rounds? Yeah.
Shakur can't win 7 obvious rounds against Tank. Like
Okay.
7 obvious rounds. That's gonna be hard, very hard for anybody at 135 to sit there and beat Tank for 7 rounds. First of all, I am a I am appalled that you just said that. First of all. Second of all, if it goes to distance, it's not a fact that Shakur is gonna win, because I'm gonna tell you something. When you match they IQ is running neck to neck, and Tank might just be itching him from experience. Listen,
That's
this
true.
what was said.
That's true. Oh,
This what
everything you
was
just said is true.
this what was said yesterday. What the whole world forgot was that when Tank fought his first world championship against Pedraza, Frank Martin Didn't even start boxing yet.
I heard LB say that dumb shit, but was it?
So,
But but
so,
but 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 if that's the case, why you even in the ring? Why you even in the ring
but,
with Frank Martin? Then
but,
you cherry picking.
why is it dumb? He just kicking facts.
No, I'm saying it's dumb because it's true. You're now you're sitting there saying, "Hey man, this guy, his whole pro career, Tank was fighting. Tank had already won a championship. So now you on the come up. You honestly, you should be proving yourself against Shakur.
This is what
Instead,
I'm saying.
instead of letting him fight Shakur, they used Tank used his power, his belt, and his whatever to come over here and fight me. Come over here and fight me instead of Shakur. Yeah, you can
See,
do that, Tank. You can do that, Tank. But guess what? How did that go for Frank?
no,
How did that go for Frank?
that it didn't go well for Frank.
Nah,
But
might end his career.
the point I'm trying to make is this. I love Shakur. That's no secret. That's the homie. I got mad love for Core. That's my guy.
I know you do,
Period.
and I got mad love for Tank, man.
But the bottom line is this: Tank IQ is just as Shakur. It's like
Sure it is.
like I said, they running a race, and Tank can box 12 rounds.
Okay. So now you have to understand what I just said. What I just basically said is if if that fight goes the distance, that means that Shakur put on one hell of an exhibition of his skills and outlast Tank because Tank is the one with the knockout power, bro. Tank is the one with the boom boom uppercuts, with the display power from both fists, double fisted power. He can hit you with anything. Now, if that fight goes the distance, that means Shakur did something right, and Shakur left it, and Shakur did enough to leave it up to the judges. You think Shakur is going to blow an opportunity to win 8 or 9 rounds out of that fight? You're crazy. I know Tank is the guy who throws you told me this, the least amount of punches but the highest accuracy rate.
That's right.
Now, at the same time, Shakur is on a pace right now where people only landing 4.6 point percentage of their punches. That's 4 points. That's coming out of a 12 round fight and somebody only landing 50 punches. Listen, 54 actually. But listen, that shows you a kid with phenomenal skills. And those that don't watch Shakur think of it, oh, this kid running. He's running. No. Tank knows how he fight because Tank was the one who I listened to go back and analyze Shakur when Tank said, "Man, he don't have no slipping skills. He don't slip punches. All he do is back up." He said, "He
Yep.
back up and back up." And when I
Yep.
went back and watched that, I said, "Wow, you know what? Tank is right. Tank is
Yep.
right." So now I go back and watch all of his fights, and I watch, yeah, he backs up. He's out of range, your range, because Shakur always comes out there and lines his foot up and keeps his foot up on the outside of the other boxer's lead hand. That's just technical boxing, man. That's what Shakur does, and that's what Tank does. So if it does go the distance, and Shakur's face is not bruised and bloody like it can be, It's a 50-50 fight, man. That if I was Tank, I would not leave it up to the judges.
That's why,
That's all
Malik.
I'm saying. A 50-50
Yeah,
fight that look at freaking up Pitbull Cruz. Look at Cruz, man. It would have been devastating for them to give that goddamn fight to Pitbull Cruz over Tank. But Tank had to fight with one hand, and the judges saw that, and they loved his skill level, man, skill set. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal, bro. The slipping of the punches, the right hand. I mean, it was amazing the way he used his right hand. And I was hoping that he stopped that bum. But when the when it was all over, the referee was in the middle of the ring and had both of them by the hand, and I'll be damned. I seen Calvin go, yes. Calvin Ford said, yes, and he jumped up and and Tank took a sigh of relief. And I say to that, you cannot leave this up to the judges, Tank, because you start too slow and you're not throwing a whole lot of punches per round. You're not Aaron Pryor.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Your punches count when they land. And that's that much I will say about Tank. His punches count when
This is this is what I'm saying.
they count.
Um,
Hey, Rajan, don't get me wrong, bro. I'm not saying that Tank can't win that fight. I'm not saying
no,
that. I'm just saying
no,
what I'm
you
saying is don't Tank can't afford to let it go to the judges. That's all I'm saying. Because you don't know how these judges are gonna act in any one of his fights. I don't give a damn who Tank fighting. Don't let it go to the judge card because they can't wait. Them judges can't wait to give him an L. They can't
yeah.
wait to give him an L. And honestly, bro, I've sat back and thought about it and thought and thought and thought, and I could care less if these two guys fight. I really don't care. They come from two different.
Now you sound like me.
They come from two different time frames. They come from two different, you know, times of boxing. Like an Ali versus Larry Holmes. That fight should have never happened. I could care
Uh,
less if these guys never fight now, man, because somebody's old has to go. And if they do
somebody
fight,
old has to go.
if they do fight, I see a trilogy, man. I see 3 wars. I don't see anybody getting knocked out. I see 3 wars.
And those would be wars too.
Yeah.
But Blake, I
And the
want to
one, hey,
ask
bro,
you
and I'm gonna
something.
say one. I'm gonna say one last thing. Shakur, he's not worrying about losing that old man. I've heard him
He's
say it
not.
personally. I've
He's
I've
not.
heard him say it
He's
that
not.
nah, if I lose,
That's the
I
difference
lose, but
between
I'm
them
I'm a
two.
dare to be great.
Yeah, that's and that's what makes Shakur a little more dangerous because he can come to the ring with a clear mind because he's not worrying about that. Oh, because he don't care about losing it.
Right.
He honestly don't.
He honestly knows that if he fights Tank, there is a strong possibility that you may lose that O. He knows that. And he's
Right,
like, well, you know what? If it happened, I seen him on deep cuts. Guy was giving him a haircut right at the ring. And he
right.
specifically said, they said, what if what if you lose, man? He's like, well, you know what? Hey, if I lose the O, it is what it is.
Yeah,
I dared to be great
yeah,
because anybody that beats him is gonna have to be great.
yeah.
And I just,
That's
hey, bro,
true.
I, I sit back and don't want to see the fight happen, and I sit back and I want to see it happen because these are two fighters in the prime of their life in the same weight class. Nobody expected. Nobody. I don't give a damn what anybody say. Nobody expected Shakur right now to be sitting there here right now where he's at 21 fights in to the conquered the 126, dismantled the 130, and now sitting at 135 with the WBC belt. Who expected that? Nobody expected that. And he's 21 fights in. He turned 27 5 days ago, and now he's knocking on the doors.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you
Salute
another
the
thing, bro.
door.
If they don't
Salute
fight,
my guy.
hey, bro, if they don't fight, he's gonna move on, man. Tank is gonna move.
Yeah,
Score's gonna move on. He's gonna
yeah.
say, "Look, man, if you don't fight me, I'm gonna move on and go fight other fights." But that's where his disadvantage comes in. At Raja, hold on, I'm gonna let you talk in 1 second. That's where
I
it
don't want
comes
to
in.
talk,
That's
but
where it
we.
comes in at. You know why? Because now you got Shakur moving up 140, fighting 144. I don't see him going to 147 no time soon. And then when the fight happens, I honestly think that Tank's camp is running an okey doke on Shakur right now because they're fighting Loma at 140 when Loma can make 135.
You're the only person I heard say that.
They're fighting
Why
Loma
would
at
they fight
140
Loma at
when Loma,
140 when Loma can't even make 135?
man, Loma can make 135. You kidding me? If they
Man,
make Loma make 135, he'll make it.
if we ain't had so much time in, bro, I prove it. Loma is not a big guy.
No,
It's hard.
Loma's
Loma
not a big guy. No, he's
Loma
not.
is a natural 122 pounder. He a
Right.
122-pound fighter.
Starting.
He just
Starting
went
15.
up. Yeah.
Everybody goes up. You
And
know how
he
it go.
touched the waters at 135, but he he's not naturally a 135 fighter.
Wait
He
a minute. Wait.
probably walk around at 135,
Hey, bro, you
almost 140.
wait a minute. You just said something. Loma started off 122, 126, whatever, right?
Right.
Now take the time he started off at 120. He was 26 years old already. He already peaked at his weight pretty much.
This was
But
yeah.
but you take Shakur. Let's take Shakur for instance. We watched his career. Me and you, we watched
All
his
right.
while Tank was over there destroying people. Shakur was building his resume. Now Shakur was what 126, maybe a little lighter when he first started. Did you expect him to stay there? No. You
Cole
expect
was
him to go
small,
up
bro.
one class at a time, one weight class at a time. That's just the way it's
Right.
done. You
Right.
understand? And that's the way it's
Right.
done. Loma, why is Loma fighting at 140? I think it is a message to Shakur to say, start fighting at 130, 140, because
Loma,
that's how people get weight trained.
Loma, Malik. I don't know what you hear this at.
I'm only,
Loma is
bro, I
saying,
told you, I analyze things. I'm only watching it.
okay,
I'm watching it play out.
okay. Loma and Tank not fighting at 140.
They're fighting
It
at
don't make
140.
sense. They're not
Loma,
fighting at 140. Okay, all right.
okay,
But
okay,
I
okay,
want to
okay.
say
If you
this,
say
bro.
so, I'm only going with Bob Arum said. Bob Arum said they agreed to fight at 140. That's what Bob Arum said. Am I wrong for repeating what the promoter said? Then I'm wrong. 92-year-old man tells me he's promoting the fight at 140. I gotta agree with what he says. I gotta go by what he says.
All right, you're right. If Bob Arum said that, then that's what it's going to be. If Bob Arum said that, but I'll fact check that today. But I want to ask you something before we close out. What do you? What's your opinion on the Prograis Stanionis fight?
I really don't even have an opinion on that fight, honestly.
Who you like?
I'm gonna say Prograis, man. Prograis has a puncher's chance against anybody. I don't know the skill level of the other fighter, but I do know Regis Prograis. And I was a little disappointed in the Haney fight, but I also know that come on, Haney came in there weighing 165. He was not the same. Haney was not the same guy that weighed in, and that's a damn shame. But Haney wasn't the same guy that weighed in. You weighed in at 140. You show up tomorrow 165. That's a humongous difference in size. And that
Yeah,
you know, so I don't know what Prograis is gonna do.
yeah.
But Prograis has knockout power, so he shouldn't. But not knowing the other guy, I, I've been too focused on what Shakur Stevenson says.
Stanionis is the guy. Well, I think he beat Josh twice.
Josh Taylor.
Yeah, I think he beat him twice. They robbed him the first time, and and the second time he beat him fair and square.
You know what? I remember watching Josh Taylor's first loss. I'm trying to
And
think. I'm trying to think of who it was.
hold up, no, save that for but Stanionis, and Progress gonna be a real good fight.
I agree.
That's gonna be a good fight, man.
I agree. I
Any anything you want to say before we close out?
I'm just to touch base on that, man. Not knowing the other guy, and I know the knockout power that Regis has. I'm gonna say I'm gonna take Regis with a puncher's chance. You know what I'm saying? I think Regis got enough power, man, to hit you and dominate rounds. As far as anything I gotta say, um, I don't want people to get upset with my opinion on that Tank fight, but I just think it will take a master class from Shakur, and I think he has it in him. I think he has it in him to do it. And as far as 12th round knockout is concerned, man, everybody hit the like button. Come on in, comment. You know, say comment on what we said. If you don't like it, voice your opinion. I would love to hear what it is.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, subscribe, share the videos. I ask you to subscribe so we get our likes up, so we can keep it moving. Like, subscribe, and share. 12th round knockout. Salute Malik. Hell of a show. My bruh. Love you, bruh. Catch you on the next one.
Love you too, man. We'll talk.
Jersey.